they'll live there, they'll work there, will build buildings, and they'll go back to their states. But it's amazing. People live there, they build buildings, and I'll tell you, if you think it's hot here today, it's even hotter in Washington, D.C. It's always really hot. Washington, D.C. But anyway, they moved in 1800, and then this is a courthouse again. But you're seeing the setup as it looked when the Congress met here. The House of Representatives was here. They left with 106 members. Today in Washington, D.C., there are 435 members in the House of Representatives. We started with 13 states. Guess what? They left Philadelphia with 16 because Vermont, Kentucky, and Tennessee were added as states. And the new states are taken on as equals. They're given the same rights and privileges as the original 13, so that's important. The other thing I want to tell you is the Bill of Rights. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution were added while Philadelphia was the federal capital. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion. So right now, as American citizens, we're up to Amendment 27. But the first 10 Bill of Rights were added while Philadelphia was the federal capital. Now the big chair behind me for the Speaker of the House is original. This darker colored wood desk is original. That's it. It is true. You need to be seated here, a law enforcement person. When you have people talking about politics, sometimes you need a law enforcement person to keep order. And then this would be for a clerk who, take attendance. Now we could show up. The public could come. The spectators galleries where the public could be. But upstairs, I want to go upstairs as a group. You have to walk up 2 flights of steps. If anyone has an issue, let me know. But upstairs is the actual Senate, the upper house. You can't see it unless you go up, and that is where you'll see different committee rooms that they have for both House and Senate members. The actual Senate is also up there. But this is the last thing I want to tell you about the downstairs. Our second president of the United States was inaugurated. Who was the second president? Anybody know?
Adams.
John Adams. Was he related to George Washington?
No.
Well, that's a big deal. Because that's how you get power. Bloodlines or bloodshed. Sounds terrible, but it's true. One person's going to die or a lot of people. The king, the queen, they're dead. Then the relatives get their power. You don't even expect anything different. Or lots of people, I mean a lot of people, die in a war revolution. Whoever's the leader of the living group, they don't want to hear from us as citizens at all. They're taking over. They're going to claim a royalty. They're going to be a dictator. They're going to be an emperor. That's not how it played out. George Washington was elected to be president. Now, can you be president as many times as you want if you're elected?
No.
Is there a limit now?
Yes,
No,
there is.
but back then it
2
How many
terms.
terms can you have?
2 terms.
Right, no more than 8 years. 4 years for 1 term. Well, endless possibilities for George Washington. Let me tell you, who's going to win? You never know what's going to happen in these presidential elections, but every year George is going to win. You think you can say, you know what, the Republican endorsed me, which they did. I'm making $25,000 a year, and he was. Why should I leave? Every word I say, they listen to. I'm saying this in a great position. He's unbelievable, George Washington. He said 8 years is enough for anyone in this high-pressure job. It's time for a change, and I want to live to see someone else become president because it's written in the Constitution it's to be a revolving office. So he got his wish. He didn't run. John Adams won, and who came in second? Thomas Jefferson. You know what that meant? He was vice president. They didn't start running on political party tickets until 1800. The runner-up used to be vice president. And they wanted to make it really quick. It was such a big deal, but they didn't want to make it a big deal because they didn't know how the public would react. So his inauguration, John Adams, was 20 minutes, as long as my tour is with you. That's how quick it was. And law business, it was in March, because the weather was better, because it's hard to travel in January. So it's March 4th, 1797. George Washington walked in the doors. You came in as president, and then left as a private citizen, so remember that. Now, we're going to go up. Now, I want to mention that, you already said that the first capital was New York City. So, George Washington was inaugurated in New York City for his first term. But his second inauguration actually was upstairs in the Senate. Okay, so it was quick. It was 30 minutes. So both presidential inaugurations that took place in this building were pretty quick. Also upstairs were these huge paintings we would have never won the American Revolution without France. They gave us money, military assistance, and that's how we did the American Revolution. And they were friends to us, but after our revolution, they had the French Revolution, and the king and queen of France were captured, and when they tried to escape, they were beheaded. So, I mean, they helped us and they're friends with us, and that's why you can see king and the queen up in the committee rooms upstairs, so I want to mention that. Now, we're going to be able to go upstairs. If anyone has issues with the steps, please tell me. I'm going to open up the doors, and you're going to go up 2 flights of steps, and you're going to go out that side doorway. You'll still be in the security area, okay? But if you want to leave, there's a gate. Here's the garage. And then left is a